As you start moving further away from these points, then the map starts getting less symmetrical, and it's more about all the connecting routes that you have between the space, because sometimes you might be going from one of the capture points that's closest to the enemy team side and you're pulling back to yours. Or sometimes you might be in one corner going all the way across to the other corner of the map, and it's a really long journey. And one of our priorities is to always make it so that players kind of recognize where they are in the map and recognize where they're supposed to go in the map. And so as you move from one point to the other and you see that next objective, I think that we spend a lot of time in that flow along the streets and to that next point of interest that you're supposed to go to. And those are all like a lot of the challenges. There's a lot more that I could talk about with building this particular game mode.
Yeah, and we get clips here of Suravasa, one of the maps here for Flashpoint. Daniel, I gotta ask, like when you kind of get this design right of a map and how it flows. When you guys jump in, like, how do you help, in terms of art, like having players identify like where they are? Because like Aaron mentioned, I mean, some of these clips that we have of Suravasa, I mean, are beautiful, but it is such a large, expansive map.
Yeah, it's tricky. We have to be very careful with our sight lines for performance and gameplay and things like that. And so what we did is we designed into each of the points very large recognizable elements that you can see from basically anywhere, right? So the center market has a giant tower that you can use to center yourself and find out where you are, right? The Omnic Temple goes up into the sky. So we've been very conscious about giving the players something on the horizon that they can always use to orient themselves within the map.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for this mode, especially once we see high-level teams and players go in, and how do they decide to play it, right? Do you have like a really sick tracer player who maybe can like lurk in some of those like parts of the map, right, and try and get those pickoffs, or maybe you decide to run all the way to the other point and set up with like Torbjorn and like try and like really kind of like bunker down with a Baptiste. How did this game mode come to life, Aaron?
That's a great question. And like to just kind of like touch on what you were talking about there too, since